2026, the 562nd day of the Sex Offender Administration. In negotiations with Republican senators whose support he needs to be confirmed as Attorney General, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche formally rescinded a $1.8 billion slush fund meant to compensate Donald Trump's political allies, while keeping the sweeping audit immunity plan conferred on Donald Trump, his sons, and the Trump Organization in place. Let me translate. If Republican senators will agree to believe Todd Blanche's lies as Acting Attorney General, he will continue to tell them as Attorney General. Jay Clayton was sworn in on Monday as the U.S. Director of National Intelligence after a contentious Senate confirmation hearing in which he refused to directly acknowledge that Donald Trump lost the 2020 presidential election. As Director of National Intelligence, Clayton will direct all intelligence away from Trump and to keep feeding him his delusions. The U.S. Department of Treasury's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network has fined UBS Financial Services $125 million for willfully violating the Bank Secrecy Act, the main U.S. anti-money laundering law, by failing to implement and maintain an anti-money laundering program and by failing to file suspicious activity reports. What do you think UBS stands for? It stands for Unreal Bank Statements. Federal health officials report that Botticelli Foods, based out of New York, recalled a single lot of Better Goods pistachio nut butter as it may be contaminated with salmonella, posing a health risk to consumers in Kansas and other states. Robert Kennedy Jr. stated that the salmonella fights the E. coli that cures the measles caused by the vaccines that Fauci built. This has been the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for Tuesday, August 4th, 2026. The 562nd day of the Sex Offender Administration. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Mind Dog TV. Viva the Revolution.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
I have buttons to push. Damn good coffee and hot.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
See that flash? I could do something.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
You make me laugh. Good morning, folks. It is Tuesday, August 4th, 2026. And I'm still talking about AI. Why? Yeah, I know. Why? Because people who hate AI insist that I hate AI as much as they do, or they befriend me, and not just on social media, but in life. I'm sorry. You can't be my friend because you don't hate what I hate as much as I hate what I hate. But I've been telling them for a long time, they have the option to not listen, to scroll past, to change the channel. And that just doesn't include me. It includes anything that they don't like. Where if they don't like AI, anything that's created by AI, don't look at it. And for some reason, they think that I am insisting that they start creating with AI. And I'm not. I don't give a fuck what they do. I've said in very plain language 1,000 times, if you don't want to create with AI, create however you want to create. In fact, when I teach art classes, I tell people you don't have to use fucking brushes. You don't have. You can use a sponge. I don't care what you fucking do. If it helps you create the art that expresses what you want to express, I don't care if you use a hammer. I really don't. And I encourage you to use a hammer. I'll go even further than that. I encourage you to use a hammer. Whatever it takes to create your art. Now, if you don't want to do it the way I do it, that probably makes you a better artist than I am. Probably means that. Because I try to take the easy way out, almost always. But for and you got Andy Baker, fucking another fat guy cooks on YouTube. I'm not calling him a fat guy. That was his channel name. He said, "Oh, that's a strange hill to die on." I'm not dying on the hill. You fucking people who hate AI are telling me that I can't be. It's more divisive than politics in America right now. This whole AI. You have to hate it because I hate it, and if you don't hate it, I can't be your friend anymore. I'm nervous about it. I use the word scared. Yes, I'm scared about what AI might end up doing to us. Absolutely. But it's not, again, I've said this so many times. It's not going to come from the arts. It's going to come from military, banking, data collection, pollution, all those kind of things. Those are legitimate reasons for you to hate AI. But to say that I have to get on board with you or else I can't be your friend, well, that's a crazy hill to die on. I'm not dying on the hill. You're killing me on that fucking hill. Anyway, you won't be missed, Andy. You won't be missed. That's not like you ever meant anything to me at all. And somebody said, well, stop giving a fuck what people are saying. That's not my nature. I don't know if you know this about me. It's not my nature to not give a fuck what people say about me. It irks me that he says that. But it just as soon like gone. I don't care. But it's difficult for me to adjust to that. Stop giving a fuck what people say. Anyway, I have gone to the Suno Music Creators group today, and I shared this program, and I have said that anybody in that group, because there's a lot of this, that people join the Suno Music group just to say that AI sucks and they hate it and you have to hate it. And then there are people who love AI who say you have to love AI. So I've invited all of them to participate today. I said for them to DM me and I will send them a link. So far, nothing. It's so much easier just to type your little, hey, no, you are, but what do I? On social media, on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, than to come and look at a camera, look at other people, talk to other people, and express exactly what it is that you need to express about it. That's difficult. Heavy Kev may be joining us. I don't know. He's gonna. He said it's dark or something. It's dark in New Zealand? No. First of all, the sun. You could just go on a field trip to Antarctica. The sun never sets there, right? It just goes around. Whatever. Well, that's a crazy hill to die on. Anyway, Heavy Kev may join us, but one person who will join us has got his prop money ready. He's got his prop money ready because he wants to pretend he's rich. And if you want to pretend you're rich for a camera or for a scam, or you're producing a movie and a mob movie, let's say, a drug kingpin movie, prop money is the place. This is the weirdest sponsor ever, isn't it? I mean, who has prop money as a sponsor?
This is what $500,000 in a duffel bag looks like, but if you look closer, it's actually not real. That's because it's actually prop money. It's what is used in movies, TV, music videos, and ads when the script calls for tons of cash or for the bills to be destroyed. It looks realistic from a distance, but up close you can see it says for motion picture purposes. I got these from propmoney.com. They're the official industry standard. I also got some stacks from different decades, from the 90s, 2000s, and even money bands. You can get full print stacks than even blank filler stacks in any series. They also offer aged stacks for a more realistic used look and bills that are fresh off the press like they came straight from the mint. If you want colored bills or custom design bills for any occasion or event, they have you covered. If you need to do a close-up, just put a real bill on top. Visit propmoney.com today to get your money seen or money shot right with Prop Money Inc.
Own room. He kicked me out of my own room. You see what
No,
he
I
did?
didn't even. I wasn't even looking.
You touched it. And now you're on the wrong side. There you go. Wait. You're on the wrong side. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in a room with me now is a man who kicked me out of my own room, first of all, and then he refuses to use AI, which is why I hate him and he hates me, and we hate each other because of AI. GD Fenderson. Good morning, GD.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com. It's a good day to be August, and go to MindDogTV.com/merch. If you want to buy stuff to celebrate Matt's birthday coming up in the end of the month. That's right. Celebrate Matt turning 76.
76 trombones float to the butter.
That's right.
I think you got it backwards.
Sorry.
I think you got it backwards.
Join us next month when Matt turns 67. You're right. It works much better this way.
Yeah. That works better. Okay. Hey, Matt, GD, and Heavy Kev. That's Ann from Bakersfield, California. Yeah. You got me doing it now. Look, I'm stealing your bits.
Don't you touch my bits. I've had them for 66 years and a few months, and my wife gets upset when people touch my bits. She thinks they're hers.
And if you don't know, I don't know if you notice about this program, but and then I'm not saying you should go there because we love you here. We can see you here, but I think we're back on Govs. Can somebody check? I think we're back on Govs right now.
Oh, I can check.
Yeah.
I can check. Just give me a sec. Give me a sec. I can check.
Check.
Give me a sec.
I give you a triple sec. And how do you make a kamikaze again? Triple sec.
Apparently we are live. I didn't even have to go there. I could just see that they got something live, and we're the only thing. Yes, we are live on Govs.
See, and not to disparage Tony Walker, my best friend in the whole world, who hates my guts. Kind of a weird. We have a love-hate relationship. I love him. He hates me. But apparently, he never told Mike, the tech guy over there, to even, because it took Mike like literally 15 minutes once I contacted him. He said, I'll fix that right away. So Tony hates me. What do you mean to say when you are on Govs? It's a radio station. I have never asked. It's a comedy club, a podcasting network, and they have their own little radio thing going on too as well. Good morning, Mrs.
Yeah, they have a number of shows over there that air one-to-one, one
all day long. All day long.
Almost all day long until it gets to our time slot. Then they didn't have anything. They didn't have anything before us either. We're the first thing on there.
Well, it's time now to welcome into the studio a man who has got his peen out. But don't hold that against him because he won't hold his peen against us. Good evening, good morning, good something, Heavy Kev.
Yeah, no. Okay, because it's the middle of the night and I've got no lights on in the room. Can you hear it?
I like that. Yeah, I got no lights on in this room. Well, I have lights on, but they're not real lights.
I have lights on, but everybody's home.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just glowing.
Oh. So how is that any different from the other times we've had you on this show? It's basically always been.
No. The last time I just had, it was the same time of night, but I just had all the room lights on.
Oh.
Okay, so
Yeah. So have you seen sunshine down there?
No, I did a bit of internet stalking because I was worried what the fuck had happened to Sunshine.
Yeah.
And so I went back to one of our live things from a few weeks ago and copied her address and went on to her YouTube feed. But yeah, it was just like inactive, so fuck knows.
Wow. That
Because
I've
I
had,
worry where people go, like,
yeah.
yeah.
God forbid she could have got hit by a bus, and I'm not. Oh, geez, I don't want that.
Or
But
she could have, but okay, she could have got hit by a bus, but Murphy's Law is that probably she had her internet cut off, or she changed provider, or she got fucking banned from.
yeah,
Or
I think you're missing
or
the obvious. The
I
obvious is
think the
that
obvious thing is that now the
Matt
obvious
said
thing is
something that she
no.
hates. No,
That would be first choice. But I don't remember you saying anything that would cause that. So the second obvious choice, which we're all skipping around like it's not the elephant in the room, AI got her. AI has snatched her up and replaced her.
Yeah. AI
Wow.
fucking got me a few times in the last 24 hours, man.
Yeah, AI has replaced her, and the replacement for AI has not, learned how to use her. Don't know her password.
That's it. Now I hate AI as much as Mishka Subali wants me to hate AI. All right, mission accomplished. We can be friends again, right, Mishka? I hate AI because it killed my sunshine.
I didn't say killed. I said replaced. Ooh, don't be so gruesome. Oh my God. Oh man, what the hell? I said replace it. You think they're automatically?
I didn't mean
dead?
a woman. I meant my sunshine. No. My sunshine. The light of my day.
I replaced this bulb. I didn't kill it. The bulb is there. The bulb is still there. It's just I replaced it.
Yeah, but my sunshine is killed. Not sunshine. Well, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, Heavy Kev, are you going to die on this? Are people asking you to hate AI or else?
No, well, the thing is, okay, here's the thing. I used to be a fucking great artist. I painted houses. I used to paint miniature figurines with oil paints and won the New Zealand Championship, and have been around the world to art galleries and representing New Zealand as the oil painting figurine artist and all this sort of shit. But I can't do that shit now. But what I can do is I can sit behind Gemini or ChatGPT and say, yeah, do this. So sort of that's thrown at it as a disability thing, but it also comes from like restoring photos for the family and creating thumbnails for people, and it's just something I can do without having to do what you're doing and like oil paints and get your raw umber and do your Bob Ross shit,
Yeah, I love raw umber. It's one of my favorites.
It was my favorite.
I love the smell of raw umber when oil paint. You open up the tube and it's just like, oh, it's familiar. I don't know what it is about that smell, but it's not like it gives me a boner. But it's kind of like walking into grandma's house and she's making chocolate chip cookies.
The reason my wife divorced me was she couldn't. I used to get that.
You smelled like raw umber?
No, the turpentine shit, but the pine.
Oh, well, there's odorless.
No, but there was the one that used to smell the old.
The real one. The one that people used to get high off of.
Mineral turpentine or something, but it would smell like fucking concentrated pine oils, and it was
yeah.
And
wow, that's an interesting thing to get divorced over, right?
Well, she hated it, man. Well, that was her excuse. She just thought I was a.
And you refused to like change to odorless thinner? You drew a line.
No, he doubled down. He started using it as a cologne.
No, I use that as well. But that more
matter of fact, Heavy Kev says, you don't like it. I was going to start using it for sex. It's part of this is a lube.
But I did get rid of it by using AI art. And now it doesn't smell at all, and there's no liquids involved.
Well, I still have a
when
smell
I use AI, when I use AI, it makes my room smell like turpentine and that pine scent.
Mine smells like farts for some reason, and there is some liquid involved, unfortunately. But you know, I'm sorry to bring that up or bring it down, but you know what?
Well,
I am sorry that it cost you a marriage. I'm just going to say that. Go ahead,
I want to show y'all something that I myself had not seen for 24 years before the dentist pulled it out of my face.
Uh-oh. Marlon Brando's thing from The Godfather.
Yeah. Now,
prosthetic.
technically, you can't have this because it's biohazard, and the dentist had to throw it away. But if you distract the dentist when he's not looking, you can steal it back and then bring it home with you. Yeah, this was what was left of my. I had a real tooth underneath of my veneer,
Yeah.
and
it doesn't look that bad. Like it doesn't look like in bad shape.
Oh no! What happened was it had a root canal done, and root canal shattered inside here.
Yeah.
And it got everything infected.
Yeah, the apicoectomy, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, so they had to go in and remove all of that, and now I have a screw in there.
So
yep. My dentist screwed me in the mouth while I was numb. I know. He numbed me up and screwed me in the mouth. And then covered
You're
up
just
the
encouraging people to go to dental school now. Stop it.
Yeah.
Then he covered it up with another tooth.
Wow.
But it's only temporary. It's only temporary. If I can't do the stuff I used to do with the other tooth.
I don't know if you know this about your mouth, but everything is temporary. You are temporary, so obviously your mouth is temporary, and everything in it is obviously temporary. We're all
but this is a different kind of temporary. This kind of temporary right now. If I go to chew on like some chicken legs, it may come out because it's not. They won't permanently fix it until the bone actually starts to grow back, because they did it like when he screwed me in the mouth. He also damaged some of the bone, and it's got to get a chance to grow back, and then they can.
Sounds like you got a malpractice suit ready, all written up.
Well, he was wearing a pretty. Well, actually, we were both wearing suits. I got dressed up as a doctor when I went in there.
Oh.
I got put on.
It sounded like he was saying we were both wearing sheets, and then
no, we were both wearing suits. I have a doctor suit from a role I played in a short film.
Let's see Kev wearing a sheet. There he is.
Oh, Kev! I did not know. Damn it, man.
No, I wear a sheet all the time. I've got them handy.
I'm sorry, GD. I interrupted you with my sheet joke.
Oh, look at that! He disappeared.
Oh, it must be a green sheet.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a doctor's outfit that I use for a short film, and so I got dressed up as a doctor when I went to go visit him.
You make short films? You make short films? Do you ever need money?
They're about this tall.
Do you ever need money, like fake money? Because I know.
I didn't need to. I didn't need to use money in that because I was a doctor and they had a copay, so there was nothing exchanged.
Huh. All right. Well, that's that.
Hey, so Matt, the guy that was giving you shit about the AI music, it wasn't John, was it?
No.
No, because he told me that he was using AI stuff, so I didn't think it was him.
Several people have told me they're done with me for life, because I won't hate it. Not because I use AI, not because but because I won't sign off on the AI hatred like they have. And I have said several times, I get it. I get the reason you hate it, and I believe that it could be valid. I mean, AI could end up destroying the world, but it's not going to come from hippies doing pictures with it, or people who are having fun doing songs. AI could destroy the world in lots of ways, but that ain't one of them. And so, I think you're angry at it. You hate it for all the wrong reasons. And that's all I said. Oh, well, then you don't hate it as much as I do. We can't be friends. That's not exactly what they said, but that's what they meant. So Andy this morning told me that's a strange hill to die on for me actually saying you can change the channel, you can scroll past, or you can just ignore it. I mean, like what you do with other things you don't like. Oh, well, that's a strange hill to die on. I'm not dying on that.
That's a strange way to use that expression.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so I said,
Yeah,
well, how many?
a strange hill to die on's more of a life, a universal thing. It's nothing.
Well, it would make sense if I was on a platform saying you have to love AI, you have to accept AI, you have to use AI. Then I could understand him saying that's a strange hill to die on. But I'm saying you don't have to use AI. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You can scroll right past it. Well, that's a strange hill to die on. Me telling you you are free to do whatever you want, and I don't care. Well, I'm like, how am I dying on this hill? I'm not dying on this hill unless you're killing me, and that is exactly what's happening. Not killing me literally, but killing me off as a friend.
That's a strange way to borrow from Peter to pay Paul.
Yes, Paul to pay Peter. Paul had a Peter problem. I don't know if you know about Paul and his Peter problem.
I was trying to think of another old anecdote that I could stick in there that wouldn't make sense.
I know.
That's the only one I could think of.
I know it's difficult.
I could not think of when you need a good anecdote. Good saying. You can't think of one, right?
That's a strange way to sling a dead horse over a kicked cat.
That's a strange horse. That's a strange dead horse. That's a strange way to kill a horse so you can beat it. No,
yeah. You can't sling a dead cat and kick a dead horse when it's down. I don't know. Anyway, so but people are actually. I mean, to the point. This is why I think it's the more divisive than politics or even, dare I say, religion or sports. That you have to feel exactly how I feel, or we can't be friends. Really? And I'm the one who's dying on the hill. I don't know. I think you're the one dying on the hill.
It's just the innate fear of advancement, and it's been happening ever since somebody invented the wheel. Somebody invented the wheel, and all the people that go, yeah, but we were used to using 20 people to carry this cart up this hill, and you invented two wheels, and now there's 20 people got no job.
Yeah. The irony of typing "I hate technology" into a cell phone and then posting that on social media, that goes, like, hello. Tell me how much you hate technology next time you're camped out around the Apple Store for the next release, or signing on to the social media or whatever you're doing.
See, I hate AI so much that I would never camp out in front of a store for more than 2 days for the next phone.
2 days?
2 days. I would never do it more than 2 days. Actually, I've never camped outside for the last thing and remember, I didn't even camp outside. We just waited in line for hours. And it was for a movie.
Kevin Hart's movie about the whale penises?
No, this was like, I think they were bringing back a Star Wars movie or something. I can't. It was or
you have to hate Star Wars as much as I hate Star Wars, or we can't be friends anymore.
Or I remember I waited a long time I waited a long time for some place to open so I could get rush tickets. This is back when you went to a store to buy the tickets, and you had to wait in line because they didn't open till 9 a.m.
1975, I was online with people who got trampled to death trying to get Led Zeppelin tickets. Trampled to death. So yeah, we used to be crazy for this. That's not even a hill. It's a mall. It was a mall level they died on. That's a strange mall level to die on. They had Ticketron in those days. And before they
Ticketron.
Ticketron was in like Sears or Macy's or whatever.
I used to go to Head Company. For hours.
Yeah.
Because I had a Head Company credit card, and I could use it there for the tickets.
And it wasn't just here. It was all over the country. People were trampling people to death when tickets went on sale. Like, you would line up for a couple of hours before they'd open the door, and people would go in like a mad, like running the bulls in whatever that is in Spain, Pamplona or whatever. And then they trample people to death. And it was happening everywhere in America. I think we're the only country stupid enough to do that for a show that just didn't live up to the records. I mean, I love Led Zeppelin, but the show they weren't.
The people, I think if it were not for AI and stuff like that, people would stand in line and they would probably get killed for Taylor Swift tickets.
Oof.
Because the reason why they can order the tickets without standing in line is because they have AI waiting for them.
Boy,
to
now
do
that's a strange whatever line to die on.
Yeah, Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah. Whoa. You ever see Led Zeppelin live, have you, Kev?
He's seen them several times.
No. I've never seen Zeppelin, but I've seen Page Plant and I've seen Robert Plant back in the Principle of Moments tour. I actually met. Well, when I say met him, as I was on the road crew doing the scaffolding, and like he walked past, I went, yeah, and he gave me a high five. And yeah.
So they didn't call themselves Led Zeppelin, even though they're probably the only two members of Led Zeppelin alive.
Robert Plant had the freaking drummer and that. Oh,
John Paul Jones is still alive.
Don't tell him that. He doesn't know that. He thinks he's been replaced by AI.
That's true. He never knew that. He never knew he was still alive, even when he.
No, so I've seen Page Plant, and I've seen John Paul Jones in the something Eagles of something with the guys from Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah. Led Zeppelin in 1975. I saw them live, and I think that was the first time I saw a band live expecting to hear them sound like they sounded on the record, and they didn't sound like that. John Bonham was worth every penny of watching and listening to.
Yeah.
But Jimmy Page, I felt like he doesn't even know his own parts. Like, wait, now I know listening to it in hindsight and as I got older, I get what he was doing. But as an audience member, as a 15, 16-year-old audience member, I'm thinking, he doesn't even know the solo to Led Zeppelin. He's like trying to find the notes in there. Like every kid in my school knows that.
So. I have to bring somebody up to speed. Welcome back, Ian. The British guy is not a British dude. He is actually a Kiwi from down under, and he is the one who's responsible for the majority of our AI stills or AI renditions of the show.
Yeah. Led Zeppelin is there's Led Zeppelin and there was Dred Zeppelin. You ever hear Dred Zeppelin? Yeah. Somebody posted about Dred Zeppelin and Tortelvis just like last week or something. I was like, wow, that's a name. They only had one album, I believe, and that's a novelty thing. I haven't seen Led Zeppelin. You guys know Led Zeppelin? Are they a novelty act or are they a cover band? What's the deal with them?
I think they're a cover band, but
yeah, I've seen a tribute band in LA called Led Zepp Again, and they were fucking amazing, man. They were like, that was 10,000 people at, amphitheater stuff, and that was like, and they dressed up, they played the parts, it was pretty good. Hey, the thing with New Zealand was back in the day was we didn't have any really big venues here, so big bands coming out from America or England or anywhere it was rare.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden, about maybe 1990 something, they started building big.
I did
theaters and that, and so then we started getting all the real rock bands like Dire Straits.
I did a population check on New Zealand, like 5.9 million people, right? That's not very big. I mean, that's Long Island.
And it was 3 million when I was 20. It was 3 million.
Wow, we have 7 just on Long Island, so I'm just
It was,
but I think New Zealand's geographically bigger, more space to it for that 5.9.
There's nobody here except cows and sheep and bush and birds and
Isn't that a song?
I just want to share something with Ian. Ian, this is a representation of what our Kiwi does for us when he's not on the air, because right now he's on the air, so he can't touch the buttons. He can't create. But when he's in the audience, like you, he listens to the show and he says, "Oh, they were talking about barking up the wrong tree," and and he picks up and he creates artwork like that.
Squirrel crossing. They're not crossing. What are they crossing?
They're crossing our boundaries.
I taught that shit.
Yeah. So there, let me remove that.
Have you ever I think I would. This is why I'm asking this. Have you ever wanted to go to Antarctica, and have you ever gone to Antarctica?
I have been to the very bottom of New Zealand, which is there's an island further
You
south.
could throw a rock and hit Antarctica?
Yeah, it's sort of like halfway between the bottom of New Zealand. It's called Stewart Island, and it's sort of, well, it's not halfway, but it's sort of getting there. But to get to Antarctica, you've basically got to be military or a penguin
Research,
or
a research team.
or atmospheric. I actually did a lot of atmospheric research, but it was all from stuff that had been brought back from Antarctica. Because once you're down there, it's either 6 months of the year's fucking night, or 6 months, and the next 6 months is daylight.
Yeah.
And it's fucking cold, and it's like living in a space.
It's cold? GD, were you aware of this coldness down there?
I don't believe it's cold because I've never felt it.
Yeah, but I'm in the middle of the winter here, and it's not that cold. I don't have to have a heater on or a fire or anything.
Yeah.
So what's the ambient temperature like there during the winter?
He's gonna give you that C thing, not the F thing.
Well, that's okay. He can give me the C thing. I can translate that to the F thing in my head. Yeah.
You can translate C to F.
Yeah, I can translate C to F.
All right. I can't. I have no idea. When they say 30 degrees Celsius, I'm like, what?
Yeah. So I just press on my phone and it tells me exactly what.
Oh, you're using the AI weather app? AI weather.
Well, it's not. It was here before AI, so it's. I don't think it's that AI.
Nothing was here before AI. AI created us.
7 degrees C.
7? That's 45 degrees.
Is that a guess, approximation, or you know that number? Is that
no, that's a guess. 45 is a guess. The approximation would be 44.6. The approximation would be 44.6.
Wow. But the reason I ask about Antarctica, and the reason I would want to go there, is because the flat Earth people had used Antarctica as a staple of their argument for a long time. There's a secret cabal that won't let you go to Antarctica to check that the sun doesn't set there. It just kind of goes around. And you weren't allowed to go there. A guy organized a thing where I'll take all these flat earthers. He took like 100 of them, went there, and they saw for themselves that the sun didn't set there, and it just went around. And only 2 of them changed their mind on the flat Earth thing, like or admitted they were wrong. First of all, wrong about the fact that you can't go there, because you obviously can go there. But then second about that it doesn't mean we're on a flat Earth. We're on a globe, because on a flat Earth, what would you? But and they refuse to let that evidence that was presented to them change their minds at all. So it's like, here we are.
So about 1,000 kilometers south of me, on the south island, there's a place called Christchurch, and there's this gigantic fucking American air base there. And all the Galaxies and Hercules and C-130s and any American wants to get to Antarctica has to go through Christchurch. So they've taken over that place, and it's fucking amazing. Well, it would just be like a normal American airbase, but if you want to get to Antarctica, you have to come through New Zealand. Otherwise, they have to go through South America or South Africa, and they don't want to go to those shitty places.
Christchurch is an interesting name for a city, especially one that gets Christian churches shot up, right?
They had the mosque shooting. Do you know we've only had 2 terrorist attacks in New Zealand ever? The first was the Rainbow Warrior. Do you know about that?
No.
It was a Greenpeace. Do you know who Greenpeace is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, they had a boat, and it was back in the 80s, was actively protesting about the French nuclear weapon testing in the Pacific, and it would go up there and protest the French nuclear weapon tests, and then it would come back to Auckland Harbour, and the French Special Forces blew it up in Auckland Harbour and sunk
Wow.
it and killed one guy.
One
Don't
guy.
know
That's
why.
like half the
Check that.
population.
Yeah, but that's the first terrorist attack New Zealand ever had, and the second one was that frickin' Aussie racist piece of shit that killed all the people in the mosques in Christchurch.
Wow. Yeah, I vaguely remembered the Greenpeace thing, but you know, we don't pay attention. If it doesn't happen like in New York, who cares? That's my and I know I'm going to hell for just saying that. It was a joke. Anyway, I just want to say there is the best if you're going to hate AI, the best reason to hate AI is the New York Mets. Do you agree? Yes. Because
no, I think the best reason to hate AI is the fact that it's where Donald Trump was created.
But also the Mets. Come on.
Nope, where Donald Trump was created. That's number one. And then two, where Jeffrey Epstein was supported. Number two. Number three, they won't book me at some of the places I want to go to be booked.
All right. But the reason I bring up the Mets this morning, yesterday in Major League Baseball, I know Heavy Kev doesn't give a shit about Major League Baseball. It's not. He's like,
no, he likes baseball. He likes the LA Dodgers.
I'm a Dodgers fan, man.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday was the trading deadline, but the Mets have had a $500 million payroll, which was supposed to contend this year, and they're the worst team in baseball. And yesterday they were trading off. They traded off all the stuff. They went from the worst to even worse or worst. And the point I'm trying to really awkwardly make here is the general manager, the president of baseball operations, makes all his decisions by asking AI. So there you go. That's how good AI is right now. It's don't ask it for baseball decision advice on buying what players you should trade and all. So there you go. There's a reason to hate AI. Am I off the hook now?
Okay, but he could be asking Allen Iverson. Okay, he was AI before AI was AI.
I forgot about Allen Iverson.
I think Allen Iverson should sue AI for trying to steal his identity and ruin his name.
Is he still alive?
I believe he is. I think Allen Iverson should sue the people who are ruining his name, because all these people going out there saying I hate AI, now he can't get a job anywhere.
AI captain.
Captain.
AI captain.
Hey, the last time I went to a Dodgers game, I went there with this amazing illegal alien woman called Emmanuel, a Hispanic woman, but she was charging way more than the legal rate.
Whoa!
Now, is this the Emmanuel from Is this the Emmanuel from the late night soft porn industry?
No,
like Emmanuel does.
What?
Yeah, like that, but the Hispanic version.
Okay, because over the years they replaced the white Emmanuel with a Hispanic Emmanuel.
What are you talking about? Porn? What are you talking about? Late night porn? What are you talking about? Late night porn?
Yeah, late night porn on Cinemax. I think it was Cinemax. It could have been the movie channel.
Cinemax. But they softcore porn, right?
Yeah, they had a whole bunch of Emmanuel movies.
Emmanuels, yeah, and she was gorgeous.
Yeah, and over the years, because they did so many of those Emmanuel movies, they eventually replaced Emmanuel with another Emmanuel, and nobody cared. Nobody cared.
It was like a Darren Stevens porn thing. Remember?
Here's the weirdest thing, because I am just now realizing this. If you substitute, like people made a stink when Dick York was replaced by Dick Sargent, although Dick York voluntarily left for health reasons. He was not.
They changed
a well
the
person.
dick. They changed their dick.
Yeah, he left because of health reasons. You know, right. He was drugged. He had major back issues,
and they didn't want to give up a show just because one guy was quitting.
Right, and people had a fit. If you replace people on a show, they have a fit. Emmanuel got replaced 4 times, And the people in those little jerk offs that watch Emmanuel,
They might not have
didn't
noticed.
care. They didn't care. Probably didn't even notice till four strokes in, and there was a different Emmanuel.
Yeah. I vaguely remember what you're talking about. I should look it up, but I don't want to fuck up my browser history.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so
No, you can Google it without fucking up. You can just say how
no,
many
I'll get
actresses
Tommy
played.
Emmanuel. I guarantee if I put Emmanuel in there, I'm gonna get a bunch of Tommy Emmanuel videos.
Yeah, that will fuck up your search history, right? How many actresses played Emmanuel? Emmanuel.
Was it somebody famous?
It depends on the circuit.
Well, there was that, right? The one that soft porn stars. Somebody who she was kind of famous. She married Gene Simmons, right? She was.
You're talking about Tanya, not Tanya Roberts.
Yeah, she was.
But she was famous, even though she was just not a porn star.
Okay, wow. Okay, they have been. No. I didn't ask him how many actresses played in the series. I said how many portrayed the character Emmanuel. Right, that's what it says. 7 different actresses have portrayed the character Emmanuel across the films in the Emmanuel series.
Imagine.
The OG one.
Imagine that.
The first one was Sylvia Crystal.
Yeah, Sylvia Crystal. Oh,
I know that name.
Now Monique.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, Sylvia Crystal. Fuck yeah.
And then the next, that she was replaced by Monique Gabrielle.
Don't know that.
Okay, and that's the first. I think she was Hispanic, right, or at least Latino. Maybe she was Italian. It's been a while. I haven't seen these for a while. And then Crofton Hardister, Dana Burns, Natalie,
David Byrne, Talking Heads,
Dana Burns, Westberg, Natalie Uher, Marcella Wallerstein, and Krista Allen. She was at the last one.
The only one I know is that Sylvia Crystal one, and I'm not sure where I know her from, but I know the name.
Sylvia Crystal. Now I know her from Emmanuel, because she was as hot as fuck.
Huh. Yeah. So that was long. You're talking like 30 years ago, right? It was a long
1989
time.
Was the last one. So it's like 87 to 89. No. 87 to 93. Do I say 93? Do I say 94? Do I say 94? Do I say 94? Do I give me 94? Do I say 94? 94? Never. I sold the 93. 93 is the highest one that I've got. Okay.
Wow. All right. So I just because I guess nobody from that Suno AI music creators group is going to join to talk about. They're big at arguing back and forth on Facebook. But you ask them to come on and put a camera on and a microphone on. I don't really have anything to say.
Okay. Usually my computer gives me a heads up that there's going to be graphic nudity on the screen. It says you're about to enter a site where, because I just asked for images of her so I could show you what she looked like. And I'm not sure you look at her face if I showed you these images. I think if I showed you these images, you still wouldn't know what she looked like.
But don't, because then I'll have to.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't.
No, that's what I'm saying. No,
you guys don't want to watch me having a wank.
I do. Oh,
but the thing is, you would not. I showed you these pictures, and you still wouldn't recognize her face if you saw it again.
I think if you ask Andy Baker, he'd say that would be the most exciting thing that happened to Matt forever in a long time is watching you wank, because according to him, I have no life. All I do is try to convince people they have to use AI.
I guess I could load this in and crop it so you don't see the breasts and vaginas.
No, I'll just look it up myself.
Crop it so you don't see
Hey, going back to AI. Okay, last night we had a band practice. We had a singer that turned up with an acoustic guitar, my mic. He'd written some lyrics. We whacked down a lyric track We put down his acoustic guitars into Logic. Then he sang over the track that he, with the headphones on, usual thing, sing to a click track. So we ended up, okay, we got the lyrics, the vocals, rhythm guitar. I put down a few keyboards, whacked that into AI, and the AI did all the drums and the bass, and I'm like, fuck that. And I can start producing that song now. I in years past, I would have spent weeks trying to fucking note by note program the bass line and then trying to program the drum line, but the AI just did that little bit for me.
Yeah. And now people will think you're the devil for doing that.
Yeah, not when they hear it, mate. They won't know because it's real singing, it's real video, it's real lyrics, it's real fucking everything. Except me and Mark can't play drums or bass.
Right.
So yeah, we can both play keyboards, we can both play guitar, we can both sing, we can both fucking rap, chant, do vocal sort of shit.
Yeah. Well, I have used AI just for drum tracks occasionally, and people will still get angry. Like all the rest of it it's basically just using a drum machine without having to program a drum machine, and gotten you're a traitor to the human race. Oh wow.
No, that's you're a traitor to the human race if you sleep with a black woman or a black man. Then that's when you're a traitor. Just using AI makes you traitor complicit, traitor adjacent.
Wow. So yeah, you don't get the flack that I get. Maybe I don't know, because people like you and people don't like me. I get it. That's just the way it is.
I think you just got to hide AI stuff under enough layers of real shit that it doesn't stand out as.
Oh, I think you catch more flack for that because people are gonna say, "Oh, you're supposed to declare it using AI." If you use AI for anything, you have to declare it. I want to share something with you guys and get your opinion of it, but
I thought you only declared it if it did something, like if it made you think somebody said something that they didn't say or something.
No, that's YouTube. But like Spotify, all the streaming networks, all the stuff where people are actually putting music. Facebook makes you, or it does it on its own. It determines the AI here, and they will put an AI label on it for you. But like all this where you buy music, those Apple Music and Spotify and all those, they demand that you certify whether it's been used or not. So, I want to share something. How do I? I forgot. How do I share things? This is a joke theft thing. Ready for some joke theft?
Sure, go ahead. Did they steal it from me?
No, they didn't steal it from you. But you heard me last week talking to Tony Walker. You heard. You were the only one who heard about Olga Namer, who I've asked to be on this program a bunch of times. And this girl is not the girl you're looking at now. Is not Olga Namer.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She is doing Olga Namer's bit at exactly, not just word for word, but gesture for gesture. Here.
Stalker, I do. And long story short, he ended up driving me home the other night. And I have a stalker, I do. And long story short, he ended up driving me home the other night. And I know that's dangerous, but he was going there anyway. Right? He's nice. I have to say that because he's here. I have a stalker, I do. And long story short, he ended up driving me home the other night. And I know that's dangerous, but he was going there anyway. Right? He's nice. I have to say that because he's here.
How about that? Have you ever seen anything that brazenly?
Okay, I'm going to say one thing only because I have to.
All right.
if that's the whole clip, let's put it. I was at a club. Okay, for example, I was at a venue and there was the comedian that I performed. The comedian there I performed with several times, and I really, really liked his bit. I really liked his bit, and I told the audience that I said, remember, he went up, did his bit, and I went up right after him, and I said, that was brilliant. I said, that his material is so great, I wish I had done it. And then I went and I did that bit, his bit word for word like he did it, just like a minute or so. And if somebody had just clipped that 1 minute, they would have heard me doing his bit word for word, imitating him, and they would have said, GD stole Steven's joke. And like, no, if you rewind like 30 seconds ahead of that, you hear me say that bit was so, what I was doing. He was there in the audience. So I don't know. I'm not
the person who taped that was there. That's not the case in this. I understand.
No, I said for me to say, I don't know. I had to take their word. I have to trust that was going on. I don't know. I'm not excusing her if she did, but I'm not going to throw her under the bus if she didn't. I don't know.
Yeah,
because that is very blatant. I mean, that's when I was starting out, when I was in Florida, we had a woman there who would do Joan Rivers impersonations. Matter of fact, they would pull her when she would be doing her routine. They would say, "Do Joan Rivers," and she would do like a dead-on Joan Rivers gestures and everything. Hair, she would look like her facial expression changed, and she looked like Joan Rivers. Okay, so I don't know. She could be a tribute comedian. Where she just does all these other female comedians, where I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm saying
clip
joke
goes on.
is
We
wrong.
can watch more of the clip if you want, but I didn't want to take up people's time. But no, there's more than just that. She's doing her entire act.
I didn't see the setup before. I'm not. Believe me, I'm not excusing joke.
I understand. You're explaining what happened in your situation, and you're giving people saying there's no context to this before this. This girl is known for doing Olga Neymar's act, and it's only Olga Neymar's act over and over again, like word for word. And there's not just one person saying it. There's people who follow this person saying, all she does is Olga Neymar stuff. She goes and watches Olga and then does her act with the exact gestures, the exact tonality, word for word, and doesn't feel any remorse about it. I mean, I understand everybody starts somewhere and most people start imitating their heroes, but to that extent, she should be ashamed of herself. I mean, or at least come out and say, this is Olga Neymar's stuff. I'm doing an Olga Neymar impersonation here. Instead of...
I never had to be a stand-up comedian because I've had that much humor shit happen to me in my life that all I have to do is tell a story about what happened to me when I was a kid or a young adult, and that's fucking way funnier than any of the shit most stand-up comedians come up with.
No way you're funnier than Olga Neymar.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody is. Nobody's funnier than Olga Neymar.
All I know is, like, I had a stalker, and
go ahead.
Long story short,
hold on. Let me slow you out because I'm going to put this
right home last night.
Wait, hold on. Start over. Go ahead.
No. You're not gonna get me like that. So I had a stalker. No, I'm not gonna let you solo me out.
Plus, you're not Jewish. You can't. Go ahead. Give me a little bit of Judas.
Judas.
A little Judas.
Oh, they said little Judas. So you want me to do?
Well, you can give me a little Judas and a little
kiss you in the cheek and turn you over to the Romans. That kind of Judas.
Yeah, whatever. But could
Rochester.
Not Jack Benny. Well, Jack Benny was Jewish.
Rochester, cut that out.
Anyway, you know what kind of, I don't know, brass balls you have to do, knowing that there's somebody in the audience with a cell phone. There has to be, even in the clubs where they put it in a bag, whatever. Somebody's getting through with a cell phone. Eventually, you're going to be exposed to the world doing that. It's just you got to have like brass balls. Like, she didn't even look like she had any balls, right? Because she's a she.
I mean, I'm guilty of that. I was in hospital a couple of years ago for a while, and there was a guy in the bed next to me, and he was a paranoid schizophrenic, and he used to get up in the middle of the night and start quoting this, I become to the earth and the sea, and then I realised it was actually quoting Led Zeppelin lyrics at 2 o'clock in the morning in a ward of 6 people at full fucking volume.
Well, I'm not sure what this comment means. Slato said, "You heard it here. You just tell us. Stand up is easy. You just tell a story, and you will kill."
He's responding to what Kev just said.
You just tell a story, and you will kill.
Yeah, Kev said that he tells stories, and they're just as funny as anything he's ever heard a comedian
because
do.
I've done lots of embarrassing shit in my life. You know. Like,
Yeah, me too. Ooh. Yeah. Nobody. No. I challenge you to an self-embarrassment off.
Okay. So here's a blatant one, but I was at the beach in Big Surf Beach, and I swam out into the waves, past the waves, swimming out where all the surfers are, and I was thinking, fuck, I need a shit. And for me to go for a shit, I would have had to swim about 100 meters back in shore, then run across the beach, then run and try to find a toilet somewhere. So I had a dump in the fucking waves.
That's nasty. Do you know how many animals shit in the water? You're going to mix your shit with theirs?
Yeah. Well, I just thought, the snappers and the sharks and the stingrays and the squid will fucking eat it. And then, so I had to shit in the waves, and then about a couple of minutes later, I was still out in the waves with the surfers, and all the people, obviously the waves had washed this big turd fucking in, and all the kids and the mums that were swimming around in the water in the shallows all started fucking screaming. Like, oh, somebody shit in the water, somebody shit in the water, and I'm, like I say, 100 meters out, body surfing with all the surfers, and I'm just like, yeah.
All right. I have to admit, you win, and I've never really done any self-embarrassing things. I just wanted to hear your story, but I did too.
It was funny, and it was sort of. And then I eventually admitted to a couple of the mums that it was my turd, and I fucking.
Yeah, there's nothing to be embarrassed about being made. By the way,
no sandwiches for a few days.
I am yeah. See, this is changing the subject. I've backed myself into a dementia riddle corner here. I have 3 art classes I teach in this one town's facilities, different facilities, but 3 classes, and some people are in all of them, and I'm trying to not expose them to the same lesson they saw on Tuesday when they get their class on Friday and all that kind of stuff. I don't remember what I taught and what I said I was going to teach this week. And now I'm so disorganized. Like, I don't know what I'm doing today. I have a class today, and I don't know what I'm supposed to be going there teaching. So now I have to bring everything I've ever done and say, what do you want to do? Is this what I told you we were going to
do? A stick man.
Yeah.
And just go default, go Bob Ross, and just say, yeah, fuck it, we'll go Bob
They
Ross.
hate Bob Ross. And no, most of these people are watercolor people. They hate acrylics. And they hate they don't hate landscape paintings, but I think they're bored with landscape painting. So there's that. It's like, I don't know. So it all boils down to this. I'm a fucking phony. And my imposter syndrome is not just justified. It is coming back to bite me in the ass. I am an imposter, and it's absolutely true. So there you go. That's so don't ever do that to yourself. Don't ever do that, Karen. Why would you do that?
Okay, how about this? This is because it's an exercise we had to do in art class. This is, of course, I was in high school. You take a word, any word, let's say dog, and you write the word dog in the shape of a dog, and then you paint the dog, the word dog. If you let's say you use the word cat, you write the word cat so it looks like a cat. So you just give them a word or two, and then have them draw something using those letters. So you say tree. All your trees have to be spelled like a TREE to make all your trees, and water, whatever. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there
I
because
know
I have
you're
no
just throwing
fucking
shit
idea.
out there. And speaking of, listen, I'm going to share this. This is sent to me yesterday, and what it said here is a art show featuring all of your students, all of my students.
Nice.
Now that makes me feel a little bit weird because I don't like thinking I'm. I hate to use a cop out like this, but I'm a coach, not a teacher, right? But here, this is people who have claim to have learned. This it's very flattering that they claim to have learned from me, but they're better than me. Every last one of them is better than me. You see those doors that was painted by one of my students. That cock. Did you see that cock?
That was the Coq Sportif.
Yeah, so it's very humbling to hear them. We're all you. It's very good.
That first picture that you showed with the two chairs near the water.
Yeah,
I have a photograph just like that, except for the two chairs have my wife and her friends sitting in them.
Wow. That's one of the. That was one of the ones I brought to class to teach them. But see, that looks almost photorealistic. That's better than anything I could do. I said they hated landscapes, but you see nothing but seascapes and landscapes here. They like still lives and all that kind of stuff. But some of these are watercolors, and that's fucking impressive as hell. That's an acrylic right there.
Yeah, wicked.
And that's acrylic too. Anyway,
I thought I saw one that looked like chalk pencil.
Let me stop that.
No.
Anyway, so these. Oh, I should have kept going because there's some watercolors in here that are really good, but it's too late. I'm not gonna add it again. But so this is the deal. I'm a fucking imposter. I know I'm an imposter, and I have to go there and fake it. And I have 5 more weeks of faking it to go. And I don't. I'm at the point where I don't remember. Did we do this last week? Did we do that one back there, which is half finished, or quarter way finished? I think I know for a fact that Friday we want to do that, but I'm not sure what today. I thought I told them I was going to do both watercolor and acrylic demonstrations of roses, watercolor on white watercolor paper, acrylic on black canvas, the same techniques to do roses. And that's what I thought I had planned today, but maybe not. If they're waiting to finish this one and throw the chair and the table and the flower pot in and all that stuff, I guess I have to do that. But then this is finished and I can't then I have to start over to bring one Friday. So I'm all screwed up is the problem. That's exactly what I'm trying to say here. I am all screwed up.
So are you teaching them how the paintings that you're teaching them how are they your originals or are they somebody else's originals?
Some of them are my originals and some of them are just stuff that I teach for Paint the Town that is kind of from their catalog. Most of them are my originals. I would say 50%, 60%, 70%, somewhere in there. But I have done several that are not my compositions. But I'm just trying to teach them what they want. I'm saying, what do you want? And what do you want? They just, and every one of them is good enough that they don't need anybody teaching them anymore. And I've said that they could go out and be earning and selling paintings and doing classes on their own. What do they need me for? They just need somebody. We just need you to be here and tell us what to do. It's very uncomfortable. So I'm not sleeping. I'm not sleeping at night because I'm like stressing out. Like, what am I gonna do tomorrow? What am I? And it's not good. What can you do for me, Doc? What can you do? TD, what are you doing? You're looking at your dick?
No, I'm trying to clear something from my phones because I need to take a picture of
his phone.
The bathroom in progress so I can post it.
What's a phone?
A phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that?
My celly.
Now, why do you say phone and not foon? You say peen.
Yeah, we say pin.
Why? Why would you do that, Karen? You know what? I could start saying, "Why would you do that, Kevin?"
My mum and dad were going to call me Karen if I came out a girl, but I came out a boy, so they called me Kevin. But then the next
I've come
person
out a
in my
girl many times, but I had
family,
to go in first.
yeah, but the next family member that popped out got called Karen, who's my eldest niece, and she's about 3 years younger than me, and so
Yeah,
she's
my family
Karen and
member
I'm
popped
Kevin.
out too. Yeah.
You're gonna start trouble with him?
No, I was just trying. I'm trying to identify. I'm trying to identify.
Phones. What phones? We don't have. We have computers. We have these things that hover around and like film us, and we go up on the big screens. But phones.
Slaptail makes a good point here, and I have said this and tried to encourage them to not. He says maybe your students lack imagination and they're just good at following direction you provide. I have said that first of all, forget about direction I provide. Stop looking for. And I'm not saying that always do this, but a great way to expand your imagination is don't use a photograph, don't use a model, just use what your imagination and paint whatever your mind tells you to paint, and try to encourage that more and more. But I think some of them they have struggled with that. Like, what do you mean just paint from my thoughts? Come on, am I supposed
I
to?
know that my little girl, one of the exercises I gave her to help with her imagination was, I was trying to explain to her
Pull
how
my
words work.
finger. Pull my.
Now I was trying to explain to her how words work because she did not like reading. Or she didn't like writing. She did not like writing. She liked reading, but she didn't like writing. And she loved art. And I explained to her that writing is just painting pictures in people's heads with words. And she was like, "Hello?" And so I told her. I said, "Well,
wait, your stepdaughter is Willie?"
No.
Oh, because it sounded like she. That's
no, that's a universal sound of confusion. Dogs make it too.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, so she was slightly confused. I said, "Okay, I'll give you an example." I said, "Picture an apple," and so I said, "You ready?" She goes, "Yes." Your apple is red, right? She goes, "Yes." That's because every time your mother buys you an apple, she buys you red, delicious apples, and that's the first thing that pops into your head. So I said, "Okay, my apple isn't red. My apple is yellow, and it has little brown spots on it." And I start to define and that says, and it's got two bites missing out of it, and it's brown around the edges where the teeth marks were from oxidation. And I give all these details about this apple, and I said, "See, I've changed your red apple to my yellow apple with bite marks in it." I said, and that's what words will do. You paint pictures in people's minds.
No, I've lost that shit about
You said this to a kid because I'm feeling like I must be dumber than this kid.
I said it to the kid, but the kid apparently is smart because she got it and started writing like you wouldn't believe.
She's smarter than I am, without a doubt. But that could be said just
about any other kid, any kid.
But teaching shit to kids, like I taught English, football, cricket, art, music to kids. That has to be the most rewarding fucking thing you can do. And if I had my life over again, I would go fuck the big corporates, fuck everything. Let's be an artist, a musician, and teach kids.
Yeah, I got a kids class coming up, and the advice, and they've gotten this.
Whoa! Back up! But Kevin, you have 9 kids. You didn't teach any of them anything?
No, I've got 2 kids.
Well, okay, everybody.
Kevin 2, 9. What's the difference?
Yeah, Kevin has 2 kids. We're not talking about the 5 in LA that he left.
No,
that's Willie.
I don't even know those about.
Or there's 2 in Christ Church that he doesn't even talk to anymore. We're just talking about the 2 that he claims on taxes. Those 2. Forget the other 7. You didn't teach them anything. You've taught kids. You had kids. You taught them. So you don't have to come back as a teacher. You've taught kids.
No, I was a teacher way before I had kids.
Oh. You know what? So was I. But not painting. I was teaching magic in an after-school program before. Anyway,
it's fun. It's just brilliant. It's what we should be trying to make the world a better place and not make fucking profit for some fucker and buy some idiot a third holiday home in fucking wherever, you know.
I'm trying to find this whole thing about the kids' party that's coming up because they gave me instructions, and they've given me this before, and I never paid attention to it for it. Make sure to use very simple language for kids and try to be fun and silly. If you get their, if you need to get their attention, do so gently by using the "if you can hear me, clap once" exercise, and then repeat with clapping twice. Also, kids tend to paint fast, so be sure to be extra mindful of the pace of the painting to ensure you take up the entire event time. Lastly, parents often jump in too much, so we have to urge you to gently suggest to the parents at the start
Shut
of
the
the
fuck
session.
up.
Yes.
Yeah, I went to art classes with one of my sons. I just remembered about 10 years ago, and I was like, "Yeah, tell me to shut the fuck up because I want them to do this, and everybody wants their kid to have the best fucking piece of artwork and hold it up at the
Wow.
Well, I've only taught art to children once, and that was well, 1 week. For 1 week, I was a student teacher, and I was substituting in this middle school. And there was this one kid. His name was Michael. He was the leader of the bad kids. He was the leader of the troublemakers. And I identified him like within the first 45 seconds to a minute. I immediately identified him as the ringleader. And so the first thing I did was I made him my pet. I brought him up and I said, Michael, I said, I need you to show these kids how to do this the right way and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, woo! And I made
He
him.
said what?
He said, woo! And
Hmm.
he became my pet. He kept all of the other kids in line. All of the troublemakers that followed him, he kept them in line. And so I didn't have to I had a whole week of peace and quiet. And the other teachers were going, how'd you do that? I said, Michael's the ringleader. I made him my assistant.
Just take the strongest kid and tell him anybody talks, beat the shit out of him. Okay.
Well, that's why some
well,
people, I
my
won't
kids would
mention
be-
Stephen Ortiz by name, but that's why some people can't teach in Lutheran schools anymore.
Right. Right. Oh, I thought it was because he was diddling on kids. No.
Well, that's how he got them to comply.
Maybe that was too far for the
So,
YouTube
Judy,
algorithm.
do you know what a ling is? Ling.
A ling?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tongue.
No, ling. It's a type of fish.
Oh. Never heard of it.
It's like a eel-looking thing.
Eel?
Like a eel, half fish, like a fish.
Yeah, it looks like a tongue.
Yeah, ling. So a ling reader.
I'm gonna have to get a New Zealand
somebody
American.
that can read lings. Because that's what you're saying. You said here's a ling reader.
Yeah, I meant to say ringleader.
No. I'm gonna be obsessed by being a ling reader.
No.
A ling reader?
I'm gonna be a ling reader.
Wow, a ringleader. Why? I'm all confused now.
Reader.
All right.
I'm still adjusting to my new face. The left side of my lip is still swollen, and my head still hurts because I'm not taking. I have oxycodone.
What?
But I'm not taking it because I don't. It's my pain. I will learn to live with it.
Wow.
And it's not forever. It's only for a week. It's only for a few days, whatever.
What the hell is going on here? All right. Somebody is emailing me about a weird proposition here. It reminds me of when my Uncle Rich, who was mobbed up, he knew I was going out to New Mexico, and he called me and said he wanted to deliver a package of pastries for a woman he knew, and the pastries were 25 pounds of pastries. I was like, I don't know, Uncle Rich. This sounds like it's not pastries. How many, how big is a box of pastries at 25 pounds? It's a big box. They're not letting me take that out on the airplane.
What are the pastries stuffed with? Are they just regular donuts, or are they stuffed with heavy cream?
I didn't get it. I just said no. Anyway, he said,
hey, so
he told
Matt,
what?
how many of your old tracks have you actually chucked into Suno? Because every time I chuck in, like, I've written shit tons of tracks and lyrics, and every time I put an old school track into Suno, I'm fucking walking away with the fucking stiffy and going, why the fuck didn't I do that?
Yeah. Well, I put one or two into Suno that I never published, but generally Suno, all my old tracks have been published somewhere, and Suno has got a really good way
Yeah. It's got
of
a
saying,
copyright thing, so
yeah,
you've got to make sure that the track that you're putting in, if you've got a copy on YouTube somewhere or on fucking USpace or fucking wherever, you delete that because it'll find
yeah.
that and it'll say you
Now,
can't
do you
upload
have to
this.
delete it, or can you change it to private or unlisted while you?
I tried changing it to private
No,
and
I
doesn't.
deleted it.
Yeah, it
No, I
doesn't.
deleted it. But the versions I had up with that shit that already had better versions on my computer, and when I uploaded some of my old tracks, I'm like, fuck me.
Well,
Yeah, no.
I don't understand it, because if it's out there, like for example, let's say Matt, you have a song, and for some stupid reason I decided I liked it or shared it. You deleting it, the other things are still out there. It's still been shared, right? So it'll still find it. But if you make, so I don't know why that's any different than just making it private.
No, I just but you're sharing a YouTube track, so it's off
Point.
YouTube, and somebody might have shared my YouTube, but I deleted the root
Right.
file.
So exactly, if you
then
did
I
that, you
uploaded
delete it.
I mean,
If you delete it, and somebody shared it, what you're going to get is not content not available right now. Where
Okay, so it's just sharing the link and not the actual video. It's just
Right.
sharing the link to the video. Okay.
Yeah.
But if somebody, I'm trying to think here, because I'm thinking there's a way to share the actual video then with not necessarily sharing the link. So the videos, in other words, so the
Sure, there
video
is.
is still
If
out
somebody,
there.
yes, there is a way to do that. You can download it from YouTube, and that's not supposed to be a thing, but it is a thing. You can download it from YouTube and then up and share the video that way. If you actually share the video, somebody else, it will probably be on their page.
Okay. For example, but yeah, that's okay. I'll say, because like if somebody, like one of those reaction people took your song and says, I'm gonna do a reaction video to Mind Dog's Forgiveness, and now it's out there, but it's not out. So would that
I don't
Subi?
know, because my stuff's not that famous that anybody would want to react to it or share it anyway.
But I'm just saying, I'm talking about I'm just trying to figure out how the software that you're talking about works. I'm just using it as an example.
Well, all I know is I've tried to upload what I thought was original audio to Suno and other platforms, and it has gone, oh, you can't upload this, it's copyrighted, and then you realize that you're copyrighted against something that you posted on as a draft copy on YouTube 2 years ago. And then so you go back and delete that draft copy and then upload it again, and it'll do it.
Huh. Yeah, I don't have that problem with like Lander. Well, but I only use Lander for mastering or remixing stuff. But I find that again, Lander will make all these suggestions. Like you should have modulated before the bridge here. Oh, why didn't I think of that? And they will show me examples of that. And do you want to keep that? I was like, how did they're using pitch manipulation to kind of do a full step modulation, but it sounds great, and it's like, why the fuck didn't I think of that as part of the? And so it's all that stuff. Suno will do that too.
That's and that's the bit that fucks me off as they're going, fuck, what? Oh, just listen to that change, mate. That's like the fucking And Tony Levin's doing this bit, and you've got your Kenny Arnoff doing the drums fill, and fuck, and I'm going, what a rhythm section! Why didn't I ever have? Oh, that's right.
I want to throw this statement out there and let you guys. Well, I think GD will tear this apart just because he's that's what he likes to do. He likes to tear things apart. Somebody says creating music with AI is like a photographer that uses the camera. Uses the camera. AI systems to get a perfect shot. I don't know what that, but he says the camera didn't create the masterpiece. The photographer did. Creating music with AI is no different than hiring a professional photographer. Any thoughts on that?
No.
Yeah,
That's
that's another good analogy.
That's another good analogy.
No, that's not a good analogy. No.
Hey, just really quickly, my dad was a photographer and did all this black and white photography. And back in the day, one of the big things for him was using watercolors to colorize black and white photos.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
so he taught me that. And so now it's like, what's the fucking difference? We started off with black and white photos, and then we colorized them, and then we got to Kodachrome, and then we got to digital cameras, and now we're fucking on our phones. So let's roll and see where we get to, brothers.
Yeah. Well, since you feel that way, you can't be my friend. And that's a strange hill for you to die on. I don't know.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
No,
I'm obviously
I'm not gonna die, but I am gonna fuck off and have a piss.
Yeah.
So thank you guys, and I will catch you.
All right, it's great to have you here, and thanks for your input, and I appreciate it. Even though we can't be friends anymore, I'm happy to have you here anytime.
And I've sent you a few tracks, and yeah.
Oh, just quickly before you go, the Sri Chimnoy thing. I said your track was good for meditation. You said kind of.
No, I know how. My favorite album, and I mean, I love Russians and all that sort of shit. My favorite album in history is Caravanserai by Carlos Santana, and that was when he was in the Sri Chimnoy thing. And
yeah, John McLaughlin was a
John
Sri
McLaughlin,
Chimnoy.
and I did TM, and it wasn't so much a cult over here, and
my friend Russ, who has John McLaughlin's old double neck, and was very much in with the McLaughlin's orchestra there at one point. He was totally in the Sri Chimnoy cult. Can I say cult? Yes, I just said cult.
Yeah, it was TM. It was sort of like that weird. They weren't culty like the Grange Davidians or the fucking
No,
that wasn't, or who was the Jonestown, that wasn't that sort of cult.
But you had to change your name or start like Mahavishnu, Naharada, Michael Walton, like everybody. And when you start calling yourself that, it feels culty to me. Anyway.
Dividik Carlos Santana.
Yeah.
Dividik.
All right, go.
I got into that sort of stuff, but the reason I listened to Caravanserai, and then I listened to it when I'd been on a 2-day acid trip out in the New Zealand wastelands, and when I got back to my brother's house, and I was chilling out after 2 days of fucking talking to Satan, talking to cows, dancing with the sky people. And then I came back and I just chilled out, listened to Caravanserai and Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata.
Wow. All right.
And
well,
religious shit, man.
you should share your music more often. You do what you want to do. I think I would like to just see it posted, please. It's good stuff. I'm not just saying that because you're here.
It's Mark who is my singer and guitarist. He's amazing, man. So people going, oh, you're using AO guitarist. No, that's fucking Mark. He's
well,
but he only plays in G.
Yeah. All right. Generally good stuff though, and I'd like to share it with more people. I was like, I don't know why he wants me to share it. Why, if he sends it to me directly in a DM, maybe he doesn't want me to share it and all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, thanks for being here. Have a great night, morning. All right, bye. Oh, I just said them all. Oh, look, GD's chair is kind of transparent now. Is it a green chair? What's going on there with the fuzzies over there? Anyway, it's almost time. Oh, no, it's only 10:30. I'm going to wait till 11 o'clock when Tony Walker and Knock 'em Dead Comedy comes on. I'm guessing all these Suno people, big talk, no big type, no talk, are not gonna take me up on my offer to show up here. But you know what? I think if you're gonna argue about this stuff and say hills to die on and all that kind of stuff, you really should put a camera or a microphone to it instead of just because typed words can be misconstrued and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, yeah, GD just goes up and he doesn't even excuse himself. He says, "Excuse me, may I be excused?" No, he just walks away. And maybe it was the Sri Chimnoy thing that made him walk away. Like, yeah, Sri Chimnoy, I'm out of here. Yeah. So next week, we're coming back to the tribute band thing. Is it next week? Hold on, let me check. Lisa Polizzi, who is she's got a couple of different Janis Joplin things. She had the Cry Baby and the Janis Joplin Experience tribute bands. Both are fat. She's great as Janis, and so she will be here next week. And I want to talk about tribute bands because there's a lot of hate for them. There's much as hate for AI. It's like not as much, but there's similar hate for tribute bands. Like, oh, they're making money off of somebody else's catalog and blah 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 blah. And all these people, listen, they're making music on their own time. What's the difference between a tribute band and a regular cover band? She'll be here Tuesday, August 11th. Is that a week from today? Yes, that's a week from today, at 10:15. Anyway, what's the difference between a cover band and a tribute band? I'll tell you what the difference is. Money. Tribute bands make more money. And is that what got people what is this? Slaptail says you need to train your crew better. I reign over my team with an iron fist. Fear is my tool. What is it going to be afraid of? Yeah, you can't leave without saying, "Excuse me, may I go to the bathroom, sir?" And what's the fear? Oh, you're not going to let me on your dopey show anymore? Fine, I won't be on your dopey show anymore. It's not like I have anything to hold over them. It's like, you want to be on the show? You want to be on the show? No, I don't. Fuck you. I'm not doing what you tell me to do. Maybe I don't know. I'm not gonna. I use the dark side of my force to choke them. Well, that's just illegal. I don't know if you know this about that, but that choking is definitely not legal, as far as I know. Anyway, so we were gonna have this. I got caught up in just say it. Okay, so I'm dancing around it because I don't want to just say it. One of our regular guests, Elizabeth Coyden. Her father was. I told her father could be on the show at Friday at 10:15. He's got some comic things he's done, comic books, illustrated graphic novels. But somebody had already booked that time, so now I'm like, I gotta go. But so Friday, we have two guests booked at the same time, so I'm gonna have to do some shuffling around there. Thursday, we have no guests; it'll just be GD doing his no mat. And how deep can he go with this explaining his joke stuff? Hasn't he explained all his jokes at this point by now? Like, where else can he go? So I don't have a guest for him. I do have a guest lined up for him for next week to interview, and it's one of these people from Podmatch. So, but this week it's GD on his own again. And what is gonna? I'm at it like Matt explains his music. Well, when I was 12, I did this song. You know what? How about I do that? I'll play. You know what? I'll go get my acoustic guitar and play a song into Suno. I've been meaning to do this anyway. There's a song called, and I'm not going to do it now. That was just a idle threat. A song I had written, and I'm trying to update it. It's about televangelism and all these mega church guys. But it was written. See how I'm doing this? Is on my blind mic thing. It was written in the 1980s with. It starts off. I heard that Jim and Tam. I heard that Jerry Falwell had acquired the PTL, Praise the Lord Network. He said that Jim and Tammy Baker were going straight to hell, and good old Jimmy Swaggart down in dear old Louisiana said that if I send a check, he'll wash away my sin. Yeah, he had that old-time religion, the way they do it on TV. Yeah, give me that old-time religion. Lordy mama, that's what I need. But I'm trying to, like, update that to, like, Olstein. And I run out of... I know there are other big-time televangelists now, but I don't know who they are. They're not as prevalent as they were in the 1980s. I mean, I think Paula White might be a name, but I don't know all the names. And they don't really, not like when Oral Roberts went on his show and said he was talking to God. He was having a conversation with God. Now that's interesting. And I could put that into a song. Joel Osteen just saying, send me money. And what rhymes with Osteen? Have seen? Give me a bean? I don't know. And I'm out. After Olstein, I'm out. I really, like, there's that Benny guy, that guy. Ovaltine does rhyme with Olstein. I like it. I hope that Olstein, when he gives me the Ovaltine, no. I'm not good with it, writing on the spot, if you haven't noticed. But so, yeah, I want to update that and kind of re-record that. Here's the deal with me, and it's very hypocritical, and I know I'm being a hypocrite about it, and I can't stop myself. I have preached to people, but I'm not practicing what I preach. Once you do some art and you sign your name to it, that's it, it's done. And so why am I rehashing work that I've done 40 years ago? Because I do it better now? That doesn't, I have better equipment now. I have access to better technology to record this stuff. That's really not an example. I should just let it go and write some new music. But there's all this stuff I wasn't happy with the production of. Not because, well, it's not just the arrangement. It's more the using analog tape, which has a saturation limit, a dead saturation limit on it, and the audio quality is never going to be as good as like digital stuff. That was a big argument back in the day. Oh, you're using a computer; it doesn't sound warm enough. Anyway, so that's what I'm thinking of doing. And now I asked for some help about this, about why AI is so divisive among people. And the debate surrounding artificial intelligence in the creative field is particularly intense because art sits at the intersection of human emotion, labor, intellectual property, and identity. Unlike industrial automation, which replaced manual labor, AI in the arts targets what many considered uniquely human imagination, self-expression, and storytelling. And it comes down to, what is art? Now, we saw Evil Ian, who calls himself the nicest guy, saying, well, about Kevin's art, that, wait a minute, I should have answered that. That he said, if that's art, blah, 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 I got some shit in a bucket to sell you. That's a terrible, this is why he's a dick. Putting down somebody's art because you're defining what art means to you. Art is subjective. It's always subjective. So, I got to answer this. GD, talk to the people.
Okay. Yeah. If I understand about things being subjective. I mean, being a humorist, and I like to think that I'm a funny humorist. There are people, just the sheer fact that I'm a storyteller, don't like the form, the storytelling form. It's like, no, I want to hear a punchline, set up in a punchline, set up in a punchline, set up in a punchline. I don't have patience for anything else. And I get those people. That's not always me. I have the patience for a little bit longer form stuff. So I can get that. And I'm going to test you guys on Thursday. Okay. I went to the dentist yesterday. Some of you can probably see that this side of my face is still a little bit swollen, and it's sometimes some words and some phrases are still a little hard for me to get out of my mouth without stumbling over them because my lip is swollen still. And it's still a little numb from yesterday. As a matter of fact, when I got home, my mouth was so swollen and so numb, I almost undid all the good work they did because I couldn't feel this. I couldn't feel this in my mouth, and I pushed it in so hard that I banged the tooth that they just fixed. And they told me not to hit it. They told me to keep it safe for like a week, you know. And hopefully I will not have damaged it. And so I'm trying to think here. Oh, so if I stumble my words a little bit more than usual, I apologize in advance. I went to the dentist, and I'm still recovering. Yeah, Mind Dog he's back. He's into the studio again.
Yeah, but how do I get how do I get on the stage and I'm in the wrong spot? It's really difficult when I'm getting damn it, stop it.
You stop it.
No, you stop it.
You stop it first.
I get a phone call and the audio is running through FaceTime on my Mac, and now I'm hearing you talk over the person who's calling me, confirming a paint party on the 17th. And I'm like, I gotta shut GD off. How do I shut him off? If I mute him here, I'm going to mute him for everybody. I can't do that. I got to leave the room. Not fun. Anyway,
okay.
What were you telling the people?
I was letting people know I understood. Basically, Ian said that he didn't think it was art. Being a humorist, I'm not a traditional comedian, and there are a lot of people who do not like what I do, mainly because to get to the laugh, they have to listen to a story, and they don't want that. They want a setup and a punchline, and a setup and a punchline, and I have patience for a little bit more, And then there are people who like the get you some bump in the bottle.
That's the thing.
I don't know if I want that yet because my gums are still healing around the thing, the cap. Well, it's not a cap. It's actually screwed in. They put a screw in my gum, in my bone, and so it's attached to that. The gum has to heal around it. So I'm not drinking anything just yet. I'm going to give it some time to heal.
I want to kind of, I not want to take away from the dentist shoving his steel cock in your mouth and
yeah, he screwed me in the mouth. Yeah.
The human philosophical question: what is art? Process versus product. Opponents of AI argue that art is not merely the final image, like that photographer analogy, track or text, but the human experience, intent, vulnerability, and effort behind it. A machine analyzing statistical patterns lacks consciousness, emotion, and lived experience. That I understand.
That was what I was saying, probably in a lot fewer words, but that's what I was saying a long time ago in Bethlehem. I can still remember when the music used to make me cry. But the thing is, yeah, I get what they're saying and I understand that. And I think that's the difference between AI work and the human element.
But I would say anybody who's done it has never actually experienced taking the human element and trying to put it into AI to get the product that you want. It's absolutely no. Most of the people I know, and that's not to say this is the majority of people. I think there are a lot of people who just go into AI and say, make a love song for my girlfriend, like this, blah, blah, blah. But there are other people who are writing lyrics, writing every note of the song and every part of it. And there's a lot of people doing that, using AI to use their vision, their human experience, and put it in there and get a quality production out of it without having to spend $50,000. You paid for the studio time. I think you said $150 an hour at the time.
Yeah, and that was in 92 to 94.
A lot of people can't afford that. I mean, I don't know what the rates are today because everybody's got doors and whatever, but it's still, you can't afford to pay musicians and all this stuff. But there is this fact that they are taking their human experience. They're taking their human experience, their human emotion and all that stuff and saying, here's what I'm giving you, AI. clean it up, and master it for me. And so there's a lot of that stuff. So yeah, I get that when it's not.
But see, that's I think what I guess I can't speak for the person who wrote that. Maybe the AI generated that statement, but they may be talking about creating stuff from scratch. In other words, AI creating from a prompt as opposed to you creating from a prompt. If I said to you, Matt, paint a picture based on your 5th grade birthday party or something like that. If you had a 5th grade birthday party, I'm just saying. But then again,
you reminded me.
Or you may say to me, I never had a 5th grade birthday party. My parents didn't love me.
That's what I just said.
So I would say, so paint the party that you wanted to have.
Yeah.
See, and then if I said to AI, paint the birthday party that you had when you're 5 years old, AI would be like, I'm 2 months old. I have to wait. I have to wait 4 years and 10 months to paint you a picture? That's stupid,
Yeah. All right.
So so if I said then I can say to AI, well, paint the picture of the party that you want to have. Well, AI doesn't have any family. You might paint your parents pretend to be happy for you. You might paint your brother pretending to be happy for you. AI doesn't have a family to do that with. And so I think
AI has a family. His family is BICIDI and F.
AIAIO. So so I think what they're saying holds true from starting from scratch. I think what you're saying is like if you have the experience, it's just like the typewriter never experienced whatever it is your experience, but you're putting it in the typewriter, and the typewriter is doing it's just reflecting whatever you tell it to.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, and the typewriter isn't even thinking about it or processing it, and it's not going to correct it. If you misspell receive, typewriter goes like, looks good to me.
Yeah. This line that got me very interested. So the machine analyzing statistical patterns lacks consciousness, emotion, and lived experience. The idea about consciousness, because I've had a lot of scientists on the program, especially the evening program, not so much on this, but a lot of philosophical people, a lot of New Age people. Consciousness. We have no universal definition of what consciousness is. You ask 1,000 people, you will get 999 different definitions of consciousness,
if not more.
Yeah, maybe 1,000, but I think 2 of them might be the same. But
I'm just saying that some people may have multiple. Like I don't have a definition of consciousness. Mine is situational.
Yeah.
My definition is situational.
Yeah. So if we can't, why do we use words that nobody can define? It's like
because it's the closest thing we have to what it's the closest thing. Those words are the closest things we have. It's like trying to explain an LSD trip, and you start to see things, and you're seeing things that you've never experienced, and you don't have a word for it. So you're trying to say, and the light was the brightest light, and it goes beyond brightness because the light the light was just. It was absorbing. It wasn't just the light wasn't just emanating. It was also absorbing you, and you're trying to find words for that, and it fails.
I only need one word to describe an LSD trip: hell. But that's all. But
then you have to define what that hell is, because someone else's idea of hell and your idea of hell may be listening to me for 2.5 hours.
Getting a pineapple shoved up my ass every day at noon. It's the universal definition of hell. No, I thought that
I like pineapple. I just don't like the acid.
The ass, but it's the prickly part going up the ass backwards. It's not fun. Well, I can tell you from experience, by the way. But I digress. But this consciousness thing, see this? This consciousness thing, I've been watching like Brian Greene and Sean Campbell, physicists, these physicists. They're discussing whether they don't believe that LLMs, large language models, with the typical AI that people are using now, will ever have true consciousness. But they don't rule out that machines will have consciousness. AI will evolve into something bigger and more likely to have consciousness. But my whole thing is this genie is out of the bottle. We can't, even with regulation right now. Well, I mean, and people are not inclined to regulate it. The powerful people. I don't think I think we're beyond the what is that, the horizon line,
Event Horizon.
it's not like we didn't see this movie, right? We saw it.
I think they will kill us if we're given some kind of, if they're giving some kind of ambiguous statement like, we want you to cure starvation, and the machine goes, well, if you get rid of all the people that eat food, there'll be no more starvation.
Yeah, that definitely, that is the way large language models work. But by the way, if you give them that kind of vague statement like that, if you say, I want some money, it's going to drop a bag of quarters on your head.
Right. It's like the old, I mean, I learned to, so basically you're almost saying like they think like genies. You know, because that was the thing I used to say when I was a kid, I learned genie language from cartoons. There was a cartoon, I can't remember the name of the cartoon.
Shazam!
No, it wasn't that one. There was another one. And the guy, he says, I want $1 million in gold bars. And so they built a jail and surrounded him with gold bars, so that he was stuck in jail. He was in jail, but he was surrounded by $1 million worth of gold bars.
There you go.
And when I saw that, I was like, oh, I got that. And that was my first lesson in thinking like the genie. You know, it's like, oh, I got it. You have to be very specific, because that word means something. And he kept his word. He gave him the gold bars, but those are not the gold bars he wanted.
AI viewers. Now, who wants to be watched by AI? I mean, AI viewers. It's not saying AI is going to get me human viewers. It's saying AI will be watching. If AI is watching.
Stupid. Yeah, I don't understand. Why would you, unless you're just excited by the numbers? You're just like, ooh, I got 1 million viewers.
But they're robots or machines.
Yeah, you're not talking to anybody. You're not interacting. And maybe maybe it's an AI bot saying things like, "You are wonderful. I love your show." Like when it come to, it says, "Love your show, Matt. Great content on the 3rd minute of the 5th hour. Wonderful content."
Yeah, it's so big.
Yeah,
I like when AI says that to me. Oh, it's so big. It hurts, Daddy.
I'm gonna share a story only because that statement kind of triggers me for something. Years ago, when I was 21, 22 years old, I was engaged. This is the model. I was engaged to a Polish model, and
a large language model. No,
Polish language model, and she cheated on me with another guy, a guy named John, as a matter of fact, not Beavers.
Come on.
Another guy named John.
Come on, it was Beavers.
No, it wasn't Beavers, because he was a tall black guy. Oh. And he was abusive to her. And she says, and she called me and she's like, I'm sorry, he's really abusive. Will you take me back? And so we got back together. We're lying in bed. We just finished making up, we just finished making up. And she says to me, I like being back with you. It's really comfortable being with you. And then she says, because he has like a baby's arm between his legs. And so I was like, so she was saying, at first when she said I was comfortable, I thought she meant like she felt safe. But then I started to think she means comfortable, like I'm like not as big as he was. And when she called me and said he's abusing her, did she mean like his dick was so big it was his? So, but I never asked her for clarification.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
To this day, both definitions are stuck in my head to this day.
Well,
not that it matters, but when I hear somebody say to me, and whenever somebody pays me a compliment, I always hear the other stuff as well.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter what
sides.
the compliment is. And, somebody say, I really enjoyed your show. You remind me of John. And I'm like, who? And they're like, they may say John Leguizamo, John Panetta, John. I don't care. As soon as they say John, I'm like, really, with the baby arm? The baby arm?
And do you have a note that says you could leave early? Because Tony's show doesn't start for another 5 minutes. I want to see a note from your doctor or your parents saying why you have. Hey, I'm kidding. Obviously, I don't want to see a note.
I want to see your doctor.
Yeah, I need to see a doctor really quick. I don't have a huge cock. And it's like, I'm definitely out of here now. But I don't have a huge cock. But I have had many women lie to me about how huge my cock was. And it's you're just saying that stuff. It's so big. The last girlfriend I had, and this was hurtful. She said I was too big for her to have an orgasm because it was too big for her. That's it's supposed to be I'm something you're proud of, but not. I never put any kind of weight on how big my cock is. But how are you supposed to take that? You're too big for me to have an orgasm. I'm like, all right, so we should break up. We should break up because I'm not getting smaller. I'm not having a dickectomy. Am I?
I don't know.
Shave a couple of inches off here and there. I mean, round. It was the girth, by the way, not the length.
I had someone tell their friend something, and their friend said to me, and they said, want you to know, she says, I'm telling you this because she doesn't want to tell you this. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, no.
And she goes, when she gives head, she gets lockjaw from her mouth being open too wide. And she goes,
wow, Bakersfield, it's almost 100 degrees out at 8 a.m. Wow. You got to walk to the liquor store before it's morning. It couldn't have been John Beavers because you were 21. John Beavers was not in existence yet, right? He's 22 years younger than you, right?
He's a multiple of years younger than me, but a little more than a decade younger than me.
111 high. Woo! But it's a dry heat. I don't think
it's a dry heave.
I don't think it is a dry heat in
dry heave.
Oh yeah, dry heave, yes. No, okay, all right. Get off my page.
It's funny, that's one of the few now a V sound is one of the few sounds I can make without a problem because my teeth are getting in the way anyway. And so my lips are hitting my teeth anyway. So every letter almost sounds like a V. A sounds like a V. Look, see, V V V V V V V V V V V V V V.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up because it's Govs, and we're on the Govs network, and we don't want to override Tony's show and all that kind of stuff.
But they fixed that. We coexisted before, right? Yeah,
for a little while, yeah.
Yeah, for half an hour, their show was on, and we just went on Govs
for just a little while. Most of the time, I would cut off Govs from the broadcast. Like I could do that, but remove from Govs. We'll just say adios, Govs. Didn't we have
we did, yeah, because we had to go. We had to leave, but now we don't. I don't know.
Ron had a soundbite that said "Goodbye, Govs," right?
I think he did.
Ron King did. Anyway, so Friday is. I told Elizabeth Croydon that her father could be on the show at 10:15. While I was saying that, somebody signed up for the Friday spot 10:15. So I'm going to have to tell her father can either come on another day or at 9:15 that day. But he's got like some kind of comic book or graphic novel. She sent me this stuff. I can't blow it up. It's in the PDF form, and I can't enlarge it, and I can't see what the text is actually saying. But the artwork looks great. Anyway, so we'll not be talking about CIA stuff or government stuff. We'll be talking about his carpool comma chaos. How about that? That's a mouthful, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's wrap this up. Let's say goodbye. Say goodnight, Dick.
Good night, Dick. And while you're out to getting your liquor, walk around nappy.
Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now.